Hello, Izumi Nation. It has been a long while. I realized that I haven't done a video since October of last year, and that's super embarrassing. You're gonna have to believe me when I say things have been a little hectic here at, at the Izumi Innocenti household. We've had some insanity here and there, had to get the furnace replaced. I'm working a second job right now, so it got a little hectic, but no worries. I'm back, and I've got something a little unorthodox that I'm going to be doing today. I haven't had a chance to, really do some serious editing or anything yet, so in lieu of that, we're going to take a couple of little ideas that I've had kind of floating around in my head that I wasn't sure I could do a full episode on anyway, and I'm going to throw them at you right now as just a series of, thoughts that I feel like I want to share, but I can't necessarily go on for 5 minutes about. I watched Firefly when it aired on Fox. I'm that kind of hipster about it. I was definitely one of those people who, when the DVDs came out, was lending them to everyone I knew to force them to watch it and saying, hey, you should watch this show, it's really good. Can you believe this got canceled? Anyone who went to high school with me can verify that I took part in a, in retrospect, kind of embarrassing display of fervent fandom on Serenity Day. All of these things said, I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, do not want more Firefly. The time for it has passed. The episodes that we got were mostly really, really good. I treasured every second with it, and I really enjoyed Serenity, but guys, it has been a very long time. It's been more than a decade. It's almost 2 decades. I don't want more episodes with the old characters, mostly because all the actors, they're older and they've moved on. God, Nathan Fillion's career is arguably more fun than it was before, and Alan Tudyk, do I even have to explain? So many of these actors have moved on to bigger projects, and I don't want to see them bring it back just because people found out about it too late. If you really need a continuation, like more stuff with the Serenity crew, check out the comics. There's a few that are really good. There are some that are heinously awful, but there were some good ones. I really enjoyed an issue about the various members of the crew, especially Zoe, dealing with the death of Wash in Serenity, and that one was by Patton Oswalt, of all people. Really solid comic, and there's a lot of those, so look at that if you need it, but we don't need more episodes, and we definitely don't need a reboot. I'm just putting my foot down on that completely. Don't reboot Firefly. Everyone in the world loves Game of Thrones, and I have watched 1.5 seasons of it. My good friend Velociraptor made me sit down and watch a huge chunk of it. I had a lot of fun with it. Problematic stuff aside, I still thought it was a well-produced show overall. I couldn't stick with it. I actually own the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray. I own them. They were gifted to me. I have not finished watching season 2. I don't entirely know why. I haven't picked it up. I don't feel that motivated to. Gundam is one of my favorite franchises. Everyone knows how much I love Gundam. Some of you actually probably subscribe to this because of Archimize and my long, rambling takedown of Gundam Seed Destiny in the form of that ginormous podcast series. So, a lot of you really enjoyed that and know that I love Gundam. It's one of my favorite things. It's something that it brings me a lot of joy. It makes me think about stuff. It's the reason I met my wife. All of that said, there's a lot of Gundam, you guys, and I cannot bring myself to be enthusiastic about all of it, and it hurts to say that, but I can't. I tried. I just can't. Part of it's that, you know, grown-up world, I have to worry about, like, my house and bills, and finding time can be hard, but that's especially hard when you're reading or watching something that you're not actually enjoying, because when you don't get a lot of free time, and, you know, if I could do this, like, as a main job where I would have time to just watch and read everything media that even vaguely interests me, I would love to, but I don't have that kind of free time. So things like Crossbone Gundam, I can't bring myself to care about because it is such a boring manga. Like, yes, the Crossbone Gundam itself is a great design, but the enemy mechs are just awful. The characters all look like they're 12, and worst of all, it's the most generic Gundam story ever. I can't get into it, guys. I'm so sorry. Reconquista just wasn't holding my attention. I still haven't worked up the drive to attempt going through Thunderbolt again, but the first mini webisode didn't really endear it to me very much, so yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I love Gundam, but there's just too much of it for me to love all of it. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. I adore the works of Kunihiko Ehara. Some of you watched the Utena video that I did with my friend Vanessa, which was a real pleasure to record. So it might surprise you when I say my favorite Ikuhara thing that he directed is actually Mawaru Penguin Drum. I think that it's his best work. It affected me more than Sailor Moon. It affected me more than Utena, and Utena's a goddamn masterpiece. But Penguin Drum, there's something melancholy that I've only felt watching that, and it's overbearing, and it's powerful, and it hurts, but it also elevates. It's transcendent, and I would love to do a bigger discussion on it. It's amazing, and it is worth everyone's time. Galvatron and Megatron work better as two different characters. I know a lot of people don't like that stance because generally the cartoons and now the live-action films have done Galvatron as just the update of Megatron, but I enjoy what the comics, both the Marvel and the IDW series, have done with making them separate characters. IDW's current thing is really interesting, with their Megatron being something like a Magneto-like character of a revolutionary who got so caught up in the movement that he lost track of the methods that he was using because he was so fixated on the end goal. And watching this Megatron and his redemption storyline has just been fascinating. Comparatively, Galvatron is an ancient Cybertronian. He is from before the Autobot-Decepticon Civil War. He's from the golden age of Cybertron when it was this space empire, and he's this warmongering tyrant. And having them be two separate characters, I think, is really... I just think it's a really cool idea, and it gives us so much more to explore. Now, I've had some friends argue that it takes away from Galvatron's name to have him be a separate character, because Galvatron, the implication is galvanized, a better version of Megatron. But the thing is, he doesn't have to be a better version of Megatron because he was galvanized. He was galvanized in the flames of war. The flames of conquest. The flames of the Empire of Cybertron! Cybertron stands! Cybertron is triumphant! So those are some thoughts that I had, and I hope you guys enjoyed them. If there's anything that you'd like me to expand upon, maybe with a full-length video, comment down in that section. Be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and maybe subscribe. And if you'd really like to help me, especially since YouTube is changing its policies pretty hardcore, I would love for you to check out my Patreon. There are bonuses to helping me out, and you can get some extra insights and maybe some more input on the stuff that I'm doing. Lots of love to you guys. Peace, love, and donuts. Keep on spotting in the free world.